Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball!
Barcelona scored a last-minute goal to win that game against Girona, 2-1. They struggled a little bit, but Arugo came in the second half to score that final goal to make that game 2-1. If they didn't win that game, they would have, that Real Madrid are ahead of them. They need to win this game to keep the pace against Real Madrid when they play Getafe tomorrow. But they won that game. It was a fantastic game for generally Girona. Almost got a point, but somehow Barcelona got all 3 points. Barcelona had injury problems everywhere. Yamal started, but he just coming back from fitness. He was removed around 50th minutes. Rafinha is still out. The two strikers, that is Torres and Lewandowski, are still out. So they started, I think Fernandes, one small boy there, and Rashford as the winger. But good game for Barcelona. They had injury problems, but they got 3 points. That's the main thing.
That's the most important. Visca Barca! Yes! But Bella market now. Double tragedy. First time, no. I remember saying it, Godwin. I said it today that the main men are not available. The strikers are not available. Key players are not available. We don't need big men to score today to win this game. Anybody on that starting 11 can get the winning goal. And voila, just like that. Anybody on that team, whether coming off the bench, whether starting, can get the winning goal for FCB. And it is 2-1, 9 minutes. Girona were content to settle for a draw in this encounter.
If you are playing,
bro, unfortunately, we cannot go out without a win. We can't because the title is on the line. The title is on the line.
You remember this just said City Group, Barcelona.
Nothing concerned me, and I said Barcelona were going to win. That's my prediction. That's my prediction.
How you see this game finally?
Good game, wonderful game of football. We know Yamal was not supposed to be available, but come on,
because of injury, they had to force him to start.
They had to force him to play. Now, a player we didn't expect to play, Antonio Fernandes, as a striker. I look at that guy and I be like, he's not really there yet. None of them is there yet. None of them is there yet. But again, this person and Maguire of Chelsea, they sold to Chelsea. This is what Barcelona has always produced. Not that Maguire guy. You get Maguire came in for Chelsea. You saw how he flopped his chances, how he misbehaved in the second. Even that 10 minutes I give you is one thing of playing when the senior men are not available and holding on to that position. You get, there was never a time you say give under 17s the chance. Whenever they get the chance, now, back in the day, you can't have a Ronaldo on the bench and you play a 17-year-old Yamal. It's not possible. But now, because they give you a chance, you own the chance. Now, tell me if this guy has gotten a goal or an assist in this game, because he created a couple of chances. If he had gotten a goal or an assist in this game, you know if Lewandowski come back, there will be question mark about when he's going to start. But you know that definitely the amount of minutes Lewandowski will be playing will be reduced, because we want to give this guy at least, make it a play at least 5 minutes. Instead of Lewandowski playing 90 minutes, this guy will be playing at least 10 minutes, 5 minutes until he bears well with the team. So is that thing against Barcelona that I'm looking at in this game? They get young players, smart young players, and that's the only thing. That's the only telling difference between Barcelona and Girona in this game, because Girona at some point bought all the players they needed to buy, all the sold and all of that. And after one season of going to the Champions League, they sold everybody, and they want to start. You cannot build on buying and selling. That's the only telling point for Girona in this particular game. Now they've sold most of their top players, and they're just around. Maybe just day for La Liga, no relegate, and that's what's keeping with Girona. But in this game, they could have won. Yeah. They should be winning, because Barcelona are not complete. This was the same Barcelona that Sevilla just dealt with before the international break. This was the same Barcelona this is the same Barcelona Chelsea is going to deal with next week. this Barcelona Chelsea is going to deal with them.
Prayer.
Let me prayer. But again, Barcelona record.
If you look at this game, they have a lot of injury problems. They have to introduce 3 defenders in this game. Arugo came in, Christian came in, and even the Martin, the one that played left back, replaced Blade, and this had a whole lot of injury. Even when they removed the Fernandes, the young boy, they had to put in a midfielder, Lopez, to play. So it's a crazy thing for Barcelona. They have injury problems. Lewandowski picked up an injury with Poland. Torres picked up an injury before. So how will they manage this thing? Now they have another game in Champions League and La Liga. They need to keep the pace. Okay, but probably in the Champions League they might just probably win some games and qualify. Yes, but in the La Liga they need to keep winning to keep that gap close to Real Madrid.
Godwin, there's a saying that says, "Come the hour, come the man," and this is what we are seeing at FCB. After FCB lost some of those superstars because of their financial challenges and their problem, the pivot they made was to the academy. La Masia, you cannot spend over 200 million on that academy, churning out talent, and you cannot tell me you cannot find somebody in that position to come in. Now, talking about the fact that he said that if Ronaldinho was on the bench, that Yamal and Co will not be starting. Big fat lie. On a good day, we saw Messi benching Ronaldinho in some of those games when he started initially, but I'm not going to dwell there. A vacuum in the team created the move for youth in this game. Remember, they were giving that team, they couldn't sign players, they had debt, they had to go, they had to sell part of their stadium naming rights to raise money to buy some players when they had that financial challenge. And look at it, every single person in this starting 11, at least let me say 2 or 3 that were signed, the rest of them were from the academy, young boys, and they've all turned up and done well for the team. So when I tell you that you don't need the big names to see FCB win, is because I know that little players like this can come in and do something. Let's not forget the likes of the Fermin Lopez that is there. Let's not forget the likes of all these other guys, small guys that you don't really see them, let me say, command a big fee or big name or whatever, but they are doing the job. And like I said, in this game now, it is the unusual suspect, Aruko, that got the winner. So going into the Champions League, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. It doesn't have to be a big name. The team is playing as a team. Yeah. Unlike people that play like 11 players on the pitch, they are actually playing like a team. And when you do like that, you create chances for one another. Truthfully,
Hansi Flick is trying. It's not easy. It's not actually easy for you to manage these young players when the club cannot buy you stars that you need, because these coaches have big players in their team. That's the truth. Of course. But no. So do you think that Barcelona can keep this pace with all this injury problem Real Madrid?
God, not to the next one. Not to the next one, because everything we talked before. Sevilla, this now they don't win this one now. I'll not come and answer that question. On to the next one.
Okay, tomorrow Real Madrid is going to play against Getafe. We will see if they are going to continue extending that gap. It's a close gap between Barcelona. Everybody knows that it's going to be between Real Madrid and Barcelona challenging for the league. Last season, Barcelona at some point we are top. They dropped off. Real Madrid were at top. They dropped off. Barcelona came back and didn't drop off again and won the league. So probably by the same this season, Real Madrid started well. Barcelona have caught up with them now. Barcelona have dropped now. Real Madrid is first on the table. But let's see how it's going to pan out. But in this particular game, fantastic game for Barcelona. They had more position, more shots on target, more everything, more corner kicks, and they scored a final minute goal to win that game 2-1. So Hansi Flick is doing well with this young boys. Hopefully they will retain their title, or maybe Real Madrid will challenge and win the title next season. But let's see what happens. But in this particular game, Barcelona won this game against Girona 2-1. Wait, have you subscribed? Please subscribe to the channel now. As I'm talking to you, please subscribe to the channel. Remember to like, comment, and share this video.